We should do like, not a pimp your space, but build a page.
Yeah.
Using Seibert apps.
I'll reach out beforehand and we'll have a date then.
Yeah.
Hi there. We are at a new video and it's a customer research video, actually. And thanks, Catherine, for dropping by.
Thanks for having me.
Can we start with you just telling us a little bit about your Atlassian journey, what you're doing, where you're working, what you're using an Atlassian technology there, and what your role is?
Yeah, sure. I'm at Enfusion right now, which is a fintech company.
Okay.
We build trading software, and I started at Goldman Sachs with Atlassian.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever heard of MediaWiki.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really? Okay, cool. So that's what we were using when Atlassian came around, and we switched and loved it. And we didn't really use plugins then. But then at Millennium, which is, I think it's number 2 hedge fund, makes, I think, $75 billion profit.
You're a finance
yeah,
woman.
well, I'm in tech. So, and product. So then we used a lot of apps. And we got onto Seibert and loved all of your stuff. Started using it and making things really beautiful, mostly in Confluence. So we use Jira, but my space is Confluence because I do technical writing, instructional design, have a team of people who do that. And then I got recruited by this amazing person at Enfusion, who's a chief technology officer, and they did not have any knowledge base for their clients.
Oh, wow.
I know. They sell SaaS and no content. And also the stuff they built internally was just kind of the Wild West. It was all over the place, right? So we came in. I hired like 6 or 8 people and started to build out Confluence. And we switched to the cloud, but better content formatting. We'd been using their tabs. You'd embed all these tiny URLs to be able to follow the links. But with Aura, everything just worked. And it was so much nicer looking, so much more contemporary. So we used that. Of course, Draw.io. It's like perfect. What else do we use? Karma. You guys gave us Karma for free. When I first saw that, I was blown away. I tried to get Linchpin for the intranet, but it did not work out.
Yeah, that was back in the DC days.
It's not my. Well, I didn't win the case. I didn't win the pitch. It's so much nicer though than what other people are using, and I'm really interested in Mantra.
Yeah,
but we don't have that yet.
Okay, so maybe we can keep on working on that together.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, the main thing is that, you know, with the marketplace, you're disconnected from the vendor, right?
Yeah.
So the only way you contact them is through an email support ticket kind of thing. And some vendors are just ghosts. They're out there and you don't hear from them for days and days and days. Yeah. But there's a few, and you are one, who get back to you right away. And you also have these little news blasts that you do with real information. Let
me tell you a little bit about from the other side. So if you're a marketplace vendor, you're very disconnected from your customers. And that sucks because you want to hear what's working, what's not working. And trying to figure it out from stats is very cumbersome and often also wrong. Talking to people is just a whole lot different experience. That's also why I'm here doing that with you, and you don't get that. You have to come to Anaheim from Germany to talk in person to a customer who actually uses your software, and that is a very bad experience. So what we try to do is to make it easy for customer to get in contact. To obviously they contact us because they have a question, so you have to do that first, and then often we ask for more contact, which sometimes then they ghost us.
Okay.
And but some of them, like you, are very appreciative, answer, hop on calls, give us reviews and these things. So that's very beneficial. And I think you earn it through good support.
I think that's true. I mean, we do the same thing. We find that when we send things out to our clients asking for feedback, they're really busy. and they don't respond so much, right? But we have a feedback loop where they can request new content. Like, what do they need to learn about that we haven't documented yet or produced a video on or whatever? They hit that button all the time. And so when we get that form, we write back to them within 24 hours, and then we start a conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we kind of marry them. We stay really close to them because then we can form a relationship with them, and we want them to fall in love with us.
Yeah. So sounds like a very good strategy.
Right. So you guys do that. Like, you did this one thing where I don't think you're doing it now, but it was really kind of fun and goofy. You had this crazy guy. I loved him. Crazy, like, energetic. He was doing this thing. What's your use case? Do you want us to redo your website?
Yeah. Pimp my website, yeah.
That's it. Pimp my web. It was so great.
Pimp my site, yeah.
Yeah, it was so great.
Yeah.
It's just like really engaging and, sucked you in.
Yeah.
So those kinds of things work. They're fun.
Yeah,
and
cool.
It made me look at whatever that
love that
software
you're saying
was.
that, yeah. You've built a couple of things. They look amazing. Can you show at least for our internal teams a little bit what you've done?
So before, things were just really flat, and then we wanted to go out to clients. And so this is used internally, mostly by client services, but everyone, product, tech. But it is client facing.
Okay.
And it's received really very positive feedback. No negative feedback yet, but cool. Again, they were starving. So these buttons here. This is Karma. Mm-hmm. We love the buttons, and you can see that we have these here too. This is also Karma. Mm-hmm. And this is all Aura, all of these cards. And this is the home page. It's called Violet. We ran a contest for the name.
Yeah, okay.
And so you just click one of these. Like, if you're using the trading application, this is by the workflow of how a trader or a compliance officer would use it. So say they cared about accounting, they would click this card and they would see everything that relates to that topic. And you notice there's all these internal flags. Mm-hmm. There's a super cool app called Visibility that hides things, which we love. Yeah. So there's a lot of internal stuff here that's just for client services. But a client could click this and just get to the how do I sync my trading app to my accounting app, and that's it. It's just very simple, right? Cool. And so without Aura, it just gets really ugly. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a game changer. And then everything that's on that page is also on the tree. We still every time we do this, look at this. We're like, what should we do next? You said 4 or 5 people are working with you on Confluence. I have 6 now. I had 8. Okay. And this is 6. Only Confluence. You're not using any Jira? Well, we use Jira. And this is not maintained by someone else? Yes. Okay. This Confluence is multi-tenant, so there's an internal-only instance, which is the Wild West. Yeah. And the funny thing is, when I first got there and started, before I joined, I told our CTO that I would need this whole set of plugins, including yours. And so they loaded them all, and I was the only person on the team. I was building a team. And then once I hired a few people and we started building just the internal instance, all of the people who were in the Wild West who'd never seen any plugins, they all started using all of the plugins and made these really awful pages. But they were so happy, even though their pages were awful. They were just so happy. They didn't know the Confluence could do anything except out of the box kinds of things. So now they've learned, how to do it better. So the internal instance is just employees, and it's where people keep their, tech stuff. HR has the space. There's lots of spaces. The external instance is the client facing, and it also has all of the employees in it, but it's only curated content. So nothing's allowed to live here unless it's curated. Yeah, okay. Yeah. How do you get your licenses today? Do you get it through a partner? Service Rocket. They're a reseller. And that's the first time I've ever used a reseller. So why did you choose them? They were suggested. Okay. And so I checked them out through some people that I worked with at Millennium, and they said they were reputable. Yeah. I like Robert Castaneda. What is the last thing that you ordered from them as a professional service? Or do you only buy licenses? Just licenses. Oh, okay. And apps. And have you ever bought professional services from a partner? I want to, but I never have. Did you attend the keynote this morning? I did not.
You didn't?
I missed it. I'm sad I missed it. But
Yeah, that's a miss. So Michael Brooks was talking a lot about robo agents and how you can use AI in the cloud to improve things. I think that's going to change the way Atlassian users will use the Atlassian platform a lot. And there's Jira automation. And let's start with Rovo Studio. In Rovo Studio, that's a true no-code environment. So you can create your own AI agents that will automate things for you. It's very intuitive. It's also lightweight.
yeah.
And by the way of no code, it's also a little bit limited. And then you have Jira automation, where you can do much more. So you have a trigger, and then you have an action, and conditions, whether something should be done or not. And I would say that's kind of like low code or still no code. And then Atlassian has introduced something called custom actions. And custom actions allow you to trigger a Forge app. And Atlassian Forge, have you ever heard of that?
What is it called?
Atlassian Forge. That's
I've heard
it's
of
a development environment.
Yeah.
So you can program a software that will manipulate data within the Atlassian platform or offer special features or something. Like all the things that we do are basically Forge apps. So what you can then do is like from no code to low code to actually code, you can automate processes and things that you're doing. And for Forge, these custom actions open a completely new door of custom development. That's a sales plug we offer, and which could, this is also a professional service, but nowadays customers often think of a professional service like an advisor, a trusted advisor that will help you. Oh, don't do that because we've tried that and that doesn't work.
Right.
And this is really like, oh, I'm automating this, but I found out I can't do that. So, and then we can code something that you can then trigger automatically all the time.
Wait, so that's okay. So that could solve a lot of problems that are one-offs too.
Yeah, the cool thing about that is that Atlassian now in the cloud has stable APIs. So you do that once, you put that on the Atlassian cloud, this Forge app, and it basically runs there forever until Atlassian maybe deprecates the API, which it could happen, but we have had a lot of Forge apps that no one touched, and they are running for 4 years already. And so you have this one-off service, and then afterwards you have kind of like an additional superpower that then also your AI agent can use, your Jira automation can use, and you can tie in. That's definitely something that's probably a pretty simple new pitch that you could have internally. If you're automating things, you can say, oh, let me...
And now we're getting Rovo.
Yeah.
Which is great. That's very great.
Yeah.
We looked at it.
Like last year? Or?
Yeah, we looked at it, and it was so discounted, but people were more interested in Glean, the product people. Mm-hmm. But now that we are getting it, we're definitely going to use it. Do you do professional services?
Yeah, absolutely.
I never knew that.
Oh,
how did I not know that?
Our team in America is only 25 people right now.
Wow.
We're 500 in total, and the US business is still kind of small.
Yeah. How did you start? I'm interviewing you now.
Oh, I'll give you the story that I tell my grandmom. She doesn't live anymore, but I told her, look, Grandma, I'm telling people that we're good, and my brother, Joachim, he is good.
Okay.
And he was the coder back then, and I was always the sales guy.
You were the sales guy.
Yeah.
Okay. So were you more successful in Europe first or in the United States first?
Oh, we're by far the biggest partner in Germany. There was the head of channel for Atlassian last year said, you guys own Germany.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
So I think, I don't know whether it's true today still, but there was a time when they said the next 3 partners after you combined are still smaller than you are. And our footprint in Germany with Atlassian is much, much bigger. And we have only recently, maybe in the last 1.5 or 2 years, invested more heavily in America. But there's a team today. There's a team of consultants, people who procure licenses, who do on-site trainings, who help you.
Interesting.
Yeah. You seem to have pitched a couple of things and still trying. That's
I'm always
that's how
pitching.
the true.
I win about 25% of the time.
Yeah, that's as long as you keep trying, it actually doesn't matter how your hit rate is. You always.
That's good. I like that.
I think business is a marathon. Like you must keep going, and then
I think so.
at some point,
I think so.
afterwards, like if you have something that really works, for example, Draw.io was something for us that really worked.
It's perfect.
It's easy afterwards, but there came a lot of fails before we hit that one.
So you just kept going.
Yeah.
That's the thing about the marathon.
That seems to be true for you as well.
Yeah.
And now,
what are you going to do, right?
Like I'm going to have our team contact you for all sorts of professional service, but I'm going to contact you before next
because
summit. We have to learn mantra pages.
Yeah, we have to learn how to do what our people do.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we're really worthless, right?
That's true.
It's
and with that,
think about
thanks
it.
a lot
think
for your
about
time.
Okay, and here, this is your.
Yeah.
Okay, this was fun.
Thank you so much.